This is a Friday Shoes production. Our target today, I can add polynomials. You can follow us on page LA6 in the back of your book after chapter 12. Adding polynomials. Well, the book likes to use the algebra tiles, so I'm going to show you that in example 1, but then I'm going to show you just mathematically how to do it without the pictures of the algebra tiles. The book, although, will show you both ways. Follow it the best way that you like. Take a look at our first example here. It says find quantity of 3x plus 4 plus quantity of 2x plus 1. Notice how they're going to set it up with the algebra tiles. It says model each polynomial. They have 3x plus 1 drawn with their wonderful picture of algebra tiles. Excuse me, there's 3x plus 4. And then the second one is 2x plus 1. Then from there, they say, all right, combine the tiles that have the same shape. Notice they put the 2x and the 3x together. They put the 4 and the 1 together. And then they will combine like terms down here to show you. And once you put them all together, you have 5 x's and you have 5 units, or 5x plus 5, which is your final answer. Let's take a look at number 2. It says find 2x minus 4x plus 2 plus the quantity of negative 2x plus 2. I'll show you a different route here. This one's called arranging your like terms in columns. The best way to do this is always take the longest, or the one that has the most terms, and put it on top, and then add the one that has less terms. For instance, 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 has 3 terms. The 2x squared, the negative 4x, and the plus 2. And that's why they have that one up here on top. And they take the second one and put it underneath. But notice how they arrange them so that your x squareds will be in a column. Here's our column here. And then our x variables without the 2 exponent will be together, and then also just our numbers lined up. Now, let me just show you what you do after that. You're literally going to add down. So you're adding, notice here, there's an empty space here. Well, really that is like having 0x squareds there. When you add that down, you have 2 plus 0, which is actually 2x squareds. Do the same with your negative 4x and add negative 2x. So that's just like adding negative 4 plus negative 2 and then throwing an x on it. So that's going to be negative 6x. And then your last ones, take a positive 2 and add a positive 2. That's just going to add up to 4. There is your final answer. 2x squared minus 6x plus 4. You just combine those by adding all the like terms together. Let's look at number 3. Or excuse me, let's check your progress. Go ahead and pause the video and then try A and B here. I will do them right now. I'm going to use that same method I had up there, where I take my 2 and put them on top of each other. I start with the largest termed polynomial, which is this first one, actually. And I like to put 1s in front of my x's if I don't see anything there. So that represents this first one. Now I want to take the second one and put it right underneath here and add it. What I will do is I take the 3x squared and place it right here, 3x squared, and then the minus 4 I will put over here. Notice I don't have an x term in the second one right here, so I leave that blank. Draw my line. I still have, if you notice, this right here is still 3x squared minus 4. I just spread it out so that when I go to add down, I put things together that go together, like 1x squared plus 3x squared, which makes 4x squared. Then I add, notice there's something missing here. You can do this, I'll show it by putting it in red. There's something missing there, but that's okay. It just represents 0 x squared, or 0 x's. So you're just going to take 1 plus nothing and get 1. And then you're going to take your negative 3 and add negative 4. And that equals negative 7. Here's our final answer. However, the book will not put an x or a 1 in front of the x. So this is probably what it will say for our answer key. Let's take a look at B. Same thing here. I'm going to take this first one and then add the second one, putting the first one on top because it has more terms. It has 3 terms. Again, I notice that x is sitting by itself. I'm going to put a 1 in front of it. And there we have it. Now I'm going to take the second one, put it right here, and add it. I see negative x squared should go in the first position because with the other x squared, this negative 2x squared, so I'm going to say negative 1x squared. That represents that right there. And then I'm going to have minus 3x. I'll put that right underneath the other 1x. And I don't have any other term here, so I'm just going to say, again, this is the empty spot. I'm going to just add in a plus 0 so you see that you can add little pieces in here that will not affect the problem. Going down, I say negative 2. I'm going to start right here. Negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3x squared. Then moving to the second one, I take negative 1x plus negative 3x, and that's going to be negative 4x. And then I take the last part and say 1 plus nothing, or 0, will be 1. There is our final answer right there. Let's take a look at example 3. Same things apply. I'm going to use the same rules. I just want to show you that now they've got the first one that has less terms than the second one. But because addition is commutative, meaning we can switch it, I will do so, meaning I will put on top x squared minus 2x plus 1, and then I will add, add the second one right here. Notice where I'm going to put the x squared right here. And I'm also going to then take that minus 3, I'm going to spread it out to put it underneath just the number part, because it doesn't have an x on it. As I told you before, I like to put a 1 in front of those x's, so I will do that if there's nothing there. And I like to fill in the middle pieces so you see that you can actually put in a 0 term just to make things look nice for yourself. I got spaces there. Let's add downwards. So we have 1x squared plus 1x squared, which is 2x squared. Let's move on to the middle part. Negative 2x plus 0x is negative 2x. And then the last piece, let's take our plus 1 plus negative 3, or 1 plus negative 3, which will be negative 2. There is our final answer for number 3. All right, last one, number 4, then I have you do a couple. Same thing applies. All these are generally the same. Notice these both have 3 terms in them, so it doesn't matter which way you do it. I'm going to put this first one right on top. Negative 2x squared plus 3x plus 2. Take the second one, put it underneath here, and then add it. So I'm going to have x squared. Oh, but I don't want just blank. I'll have a 1 there, please. And then I'm going to put the negative x right underneath the 3x, but again, I'm going to put that 1 in there, so it's going to be negative 1x. And then I got plus 4. Let's add down. So we'll start here. We'll say negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1x squared. Moving to the middle, we got 3x plus negative 1x, which is positive 2x. And then 2 plus 4 at the end will be 6. There is an answer, but I know that that's not the final answer because I know the book will not put this 1 in here. So what I'm going to do is knock that out and just put the negative x squared plus 2x plus 6. That will be your final answer. Go ahead and try these two here. Excuse me, I have 5 examples. So you got these 2. I'm going to have you give a shot, and then we got 1 more example to go. You can pause the video here and try them on your own. I'm going to do them right now. Same thing as I did before. I'm going to write down our first one here, which will be negative 3x squared plus 2x. And then I'm going to put in the second piece right underneath and add those together. So I notice that 3x squared comes first, and that goes right underneath the negative 3x squared. And then I have plus 4x, and that will go right underneath the 2x. So that's nice, that lines up nicely. Then I'll just start adding downwards. So negative 3x squared plus the 3x squared actually makes 0x squared. And take that second one, add those down. 2x plus 4x is 6x. Well, wait a minute here. What is 0 times anything? That says 0 times x squared. Well, that should be nothing. It's going to equal 0. So you can actually knock this term out. It actually disappears. It's gone. It's eliminated. So your final answer is just 6x. Look at D over here. I will write down the first one. I notice that there's 3 terms, so it doesn't matter which one I put on top or bottom. I'm going to put a 1 in front of that x squared, so I'm going to have 1x squared minus 4x minus 1. And then I'm going to add the negative 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. All right, and then let's add downwards. 1x squared plus negative 2x squared is negative 1x squared plus negative 4x plus plus 5x. I should say that again. Negative 4x plus negative 5. I said it wrong again. Negative 4x plus 5x is 1x. And then we go to the last one. Negative 1 plus negative 3 is negative 4. Our final answer will look sort of like this. I know that this is the answer, but the book will show without those 1s in front of the x's. So we'll have negative x squared plus x minus 4. And that'll be the final answer we'll have. All right, in example 5, it says use polynomials to find perimeter. Find the perimeter of the figure at the right. Notice, talk about a triangle, and to find the perimeter, we just add up all the sides. So in this case, we have 3 sides. You can do this the vertical method like I've been showing. I'm just going to show this one as a horizontal method just so you can kind of see there's different ways you can look at this. But let's take that first side. We'll take this side, which has a measurement of 2x minus 3. And let's add on x plus 5, that other side. So let's add on x plus 5. And they're going to show this probably in parentheses. So here's the other side. There's 2 sides. And here's your third side, which is 2x. 2x. Well, the way that it's written here, you can actually line these up and take all the parentheses out because of addition. It's possible. And then what I'll do is I'll put all the x's together. So I'll say, okay, we've got, and this is from yesterday, if you remember, we always change those things from negative subtraction to positive addition. So now we're going to take our 2x, I'm going to take my plus x, I'm going to take my plus 2x, and notice I'm putting all those together. Then I'm going to write down my negative 3 and my positive 5 off to the right. Put all these together, don't forget, put a 1 in front there. Now we have a 5x, and let's put these together, and that'll be 2, positive 2, and there's our final answer, 5x plus 2. We can't put those together because the 2 doesn't have an x, so we have to keep them separated. So you have those as 2 terms. That is example 5. Why don't you give it a shot on one where it says, a rectangle has side lengths of x squared minus 5x units, and the other side will have 2x squared plus x units. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Go ahead and stop the video and try this. I will continue here and actually give you that answer. I actually drew a picture of this. I don't know if you can see it here. That up. There we go. There's the picture of what I drew where I put in 2 sides having 2x squared plus x. That's the top and the bottom. And then the left and the right, x squared minus 5x are the sides. Well, to find the perimeter of a rectangle, all you do is, again, add all the sides up. So you're adding all 4 of these together. In this case, I'm going to show it vertically, meaning I'm going to take all of them and line them up like I did in the first 4 examples. So I'm going to take my 2x squared plus x, and add another 2x squared plus x. Then I'm going to take my other sides, which are 1x squared. Remember, I put a 1 in front of those x squareds, minus 5x, and take another 1x squared minus 5x. Then I'm going to add them vertically here. I'm going to put a 1 in front of these. I forgot to do that over there. And then let's add straight down. We'll start on this side here. These are all x squareds. We have 2 of them here. We've got 2 of them here. We got 1 here and 1 here. When we add them all up, we've got 6 of them. There they are. Now let's add the right side with just the x's here. We've got 1x, and then we got another 1x. That's 2x. And I notice we got minus 5x and minus 5x. So I've got 2 x's and then minus 10 x's, which are the 2 5's. So we're going to end up with minus 8 x's. There is your final answer. 6x squared minus 8x. Don't forget, you can always watch this video again or read the examples in the book. And of course, always go to the online textbook and check out some of the personal tutor videos that they have. And this has been a Friday Shoes production.